Free and Equal Network tonight, and we have Guido with the Luminaries. Welcome here at Full Circle in Venice.
Yes, Chris Devsich, Guido Corleone, Luminaries, where it all started, here in Venice, California.
I've seen you at some random places out and about. There's Chris, Costa Rica in Vision Fest.
Costa
A couple
Rica,
months ago.
Harvell's.
Yep, and then of course tonight here at Full Circle and Free and Equal Elections putting on a charity event for Brendan Glenn, who was recently shot and killed by an LAPD officer. It's something that is spiraling across the nation given what's happened in Baltimore and Ferguson and so on. So thanks for coming here tonight and just being here to support this in person, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, that is the reason why I came out here tonight, was to support Brendan Glenn, to support his family. There's an epidemic that's taking place of police executing primarily people of color, men, African men, with impunity, and it's got to stop now. And, you know, I find even myself becoming desensitized to these murders, and I'm a person who really cares about these things. So if I'm becoming desensitized, then I can only imagine the common folk. And it's also really close to my heart, considering that I have a case right now with the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office, basically demonstrating after the Mike Brown decision, and 181 of us were arrested, and they decided to prosecute me. And you know, as I was telling you, if they're gonna slap these Mickey Mouse charges on me, and I gotta get a little community service or whatever, if that's what it takes for real lasting change, positive change to take place, so be it. And my heart goes out to Brendan's family and his friends and the community of Venice who rallied around him. And it's time to stop. I think it's time for accountability too. We need to see the surveillance footage that took place that night. It needs to be released to the public immediately, and I think that would be a first step in good faith for LAPD to bring about some sort of reconciliation and real accountability and responsibility around the issue.
And so definitely on the accountability issue, the tapings, it seems it's there not only to protect the people, but also the police. You know, I mean, it can go both ways if you look at it from that standpoint. And many say, you know, why not shoot to disable rather than to kill? But, you know, on that note, the United We Stand Fest, Luminaries, you guys were there last May, and you were so kind during like some of the most challenging moments in my life, the most challenging, and still so kind and understanding, and I appreciate much gratitude. It really means the world. And so here you guys are coming a second year in a row to perform.
That's the intention,
Colorado.
yes.
And so can you tell us a little bit more about Luminaries, like what you guys stand for and why United We Stand Fest, it seems, resonates with you guys and your lyrics and what you're all about.
You know what's funny is that my girlfriend just got back from Southeast Asia, and I was looking for a welcome home banner, and I was at the 99-cent store and I couldn't find one, and instead I put up a United We Stand banner. And I mean, really, in the essence, it's that American phrase, and there's so much sloganeering that takes place, but really, that is the essence of Luminaries, is unity, is tearing down walls of division and building bridges of, you know, to bring people together. That's really what we're about, and doing it through the international culture of peace and unity known as hip hop. And it all started, like I said, here in Venice. And, you know, the work you're doing is right in line with our mission statement and the mission statement of hip hop in general. Africa Bambaataa, peace, love, unity, and having fun. So that's basically what Luminaries represents.
Yeah, definitely. I love your video on the free energy aspect. I don't go too much into it, but I feel like when we bring about accountability within our government, and a lot of the people, oh, we can't do that. I go back to, well, remember when we couldn't legalize gay marriage? That was impossible. Or having a joint, legalizing that, like, that has all happened. So reforming the electoral system, it's a mind shift. It's not as challenging as we may think it is. It's just a mindset of like, we're going to fix this. So once that happens, it seems like innovation, technology. I know in one of your videos about, was it 5,000 patents on free energy have been squashed since the 1900s?
5,000 patents based on the ideas of Nikola Tesla have been censored by the United States government, not just censored, but withheld. And the idea that we were presented with by Elevate Films, who produced that video, was just imagine if even some of that technology was available to the general public, how that would be a major stop to conflict and war in this world. And who knows, really, because we don't have access to the patents. But I love that song. That's my favorite video that we've done. And
Same.
And I read an article today about, you know, in the Gulf of Mexico, how they're beginning to drill right there at the Deepwater Horizon location again. It's been approved by the Obama administration. And
The people in office, right?
the people in office.
Right,
And
right.
and it's not BP, it's another oil company, but it's just, it's so ridiculous that, like, you know, we talk about awareness and talk about being desensitized. It's like, we could start right there and just say, hey, wait a second, 5 years ago, 150 million gallons of oil spilled into one of the most fragile ecosystems, one of the most precious ecosystems in the world. And like, now we're gonna drill in the same location? And we don't even really have the proof of what happened. We just have the story that's been presented and the evidence that's been presented by the people who committed the crime, BP. We don't even have the technology. In this article, a woman went down in a submarine. She explored that region, and it's just like, we can start by putting an end to that, a moratorium to offshore oil drilling. We are brilliant, godlike beings that we can't figure out a way to run this world on another energy source, free energy sources, ideally. I mean, let's go back and look at Tesla's playbook, you know? So, and at the same time, the company Tesla is building these wall batteries that's very regenerative, you know? So things are happening, and I don't know
Good for
exactly
them,
what
too.
the answer.
That would be perfect sponsor. I mean, that's like the top tier amongst many, but really have taken the stand, I think, in the forefront of breaking through.
Yeah.
Showing, like, that we can resolve all these issues, and that
We can.
and it all derives around the money and politics. And
It
no ill
does.
will on the people in office now. It's just like, the time is over. Parties will fade away. They're a thing of the past. They haven't worked. And it's like, once those independent, accountable people are elected through communities like Venice,
Yeah.
full circle, bringing those communities together, you know, I think that's really going to be really, really quick. And let's make it fun. At
Well,
the United We Stand Fest, right?
let's do it. Let's do it. We need the independents to step up. You know, I heard Kendrick Lamar recently. He called them Bloodrickins and Democrips.
Yeah.
You know, and it's basically like two gangs that are just dividing people. It's just amazing to me that people still, how much division there is based on the two-party system. It makes me wonder if the system that exists, if it can be fixed, you know, or if it was intentionally designed to be flawed. There's a big part of me that thinks that the whole system just needs to go away. In the last election, I was seriously considering voting none of the above.
How about we just build, like with the presidential debates, people say, well, let's get rid of the Commission on Presidential Debates. I'm like, well, why don't we just create something that's truly open and transparent, and that'll put that out of business. So why don't we create a system that truly is open, transparent? I think outside of the party system, it's just bigger. That's just so big. It just swarms, and it's like, we're taking over. The show is, this has been a business, the two-party system, and we ain't in it, and now it's time to be like, okay, we got to create our own thing, and no hard feelings, but
well,
just,
to
on that
create that system, like, do we create it from what is, or do we start from the ground up? That's the question that
I think it's going to be a ground up. I really do. What is there? If you look at Dr. Ron Paul in Florida, I mean, it's a prime example. I always say that, you know, the system, they would rather crash the party than let somebody else take over.
Yeah.
The parties just aren't the answer, and I think that there's going to be something so pure, so big, a foundation that sucks in all these amazing music, Hollywood organizations, sponsors, and so on, and pushes it out and builds them probably through a lot of festivals like Lightning in a Bottle or Envision Fest or
It's a great
Electric
way.
Forest. I mean, there's a lot of those
Yeah.
It's a great avenue to really spread the word quickly through artists like yourself and Peter Harper and many, many others.
It is.
Casey just interviewed.
It's a great way to plant the seeds, you know, and at the same time, I really hope that people embody those ideas and that energy and take it forth in the world. That's my hope, genuinely.
The youth will rise. So, well, thank you so much, Chris, with the Luminaries, joining us and Full Circle tonight. And to the whole Free and Equal team out there, you guys behind the cameras on the side making this happen, and Full Circle, your whole crew out there too, having us here. So you're joining the Free and Equal Network, and did you have any more plugs, website, Luminaries?
Watch for a documentary Luminaries are working on right now about our journey to Palestine and Israel, you know, where we really saw music bring people together from both sides. The people are ready for peace. It's the power brokers and, you know, the extremists on all sides that are just want that thing perpetuated to keep people divided. So look out for that documentary called When the People Lead. We're working on a new album, new song with Nako. New album's called Seconds of Solace. And rest in peace to Brendan Glenn. Shout out to his family and everybody watching. Contribute to the fund to get his body back to the East Coast so he can have a proper burial, proper funeral, proper ceremony to celebrate his life.
Love to know.
Yes, sister.
Thank you so much. And you've been joining the Free and Equal Network. Lots of love.
Free and equal. United we stand.
Yeah.